Hello, hello everyone. This is Christian M, also known as Nightsurg, uh, by um, the online community. You can actually search for my content on YouTube and other social media platforms. And today, I feel real good, and I've been doing a series of podcasts. Most of them in Spanish. But today, I wanted to do my first English podcast, and I want to talk and go through my early experiences as a professional, as an engineer, and as many as of you may know, I've built a career around computer systems engineering. I graduated with that title from the University of Puerto Vallarta, the Technological University of Puerto Vallarta, and um, and I had the great fortune of collaborating with amazing companies and more than that, with great people. I've met amazing friends. I've had incredible colleagues, really talented people, really bright people. I think that looking past what um, all the experience that you made gain from studying and self um, teaching methods, nothing really compares to that human connection, that clash of minds. And and I was very fortunate to be in the right places at the right times for many of that to happen. Um, the origin of this topic that I'm talking about today came actually from one of the many interviews I've had for the tech sector, where one interviewer asked me, "Hey, so how did you learn programming, and what was the first language or approach that you had?" And that really put a smile on my face. Not the typical interview question that you find. So number one, it did caught me a bit off guard. I couldn't prepare for that question. But at the same time, like it evoked in me that feeling of where all started. Um, I don't want to keep you hanging there, so I'm gonna tell you what I did respond to this interviewer. What I did say to him, I told him that the way I learned programming, the way my teacher taught me, was using what was the name of this program? It was Logo, Logo. And I remember this. I was probably 12, 12, very likely 12 or 13 when I approached Logo for the first time. I was in high school, um, secundaria. Um, in Mexico, and and I when you're in high school, they ask you to choose a different workshop. That's how they call them, and only the best grades would be allowed to have computer science, and other other students would go to wood shop, um, maintenance, like mechanical maintenance. Girls usually would do like knitting, like costura, and also mechanography. I honestly don't know if that's the exact English word. I think it is. Was really popular among girls too. They would back in that day they would buy the typewriter, and they would bring those to school. My heart goes to them. Definitely look like a heavy heavy thing to carry around. um, but yeah, so I got to the IT to the IT class. My teacher, I remember, he was very strict, um, and he taught us about logo and how to, if you're familiar with logo or if you're not, what logo is, it's just imagine like a 2D plane, like flat surface, and imagine like a little turtle in the middle. So what Logo did, and it was a great resource for learning, in my opinion. Basically, through written commands, you would give instructions to the turtle to do things. First of all, the turtle was not on the flat surface. It was like flying over the surface. So the first instruction, if I remember correctly, you would have to instruct the turtle to come down to the surface level. Um, the reason of this ability of the turtle to not be on surface level is that when you instructed the turtle to write, to draw, um, sometimes you didn't want the line to be continuous, so then you would put the turtle up. And it was a really a good experience. There were all sorts of things that you could do with a turtle, like change the color of the turtle, uh, draw straight lines, or even more complex operations. I remember drawing circles with the turtle, um, and so you get the idea. The back in that day, I was 12, so that would be 2001. And especially in Mexico, we were not um, on vanguard and in technology, of course. So it was it was very restricted. It was the very early ages of internet, at least in Mexico, and it was not very easy to access a computer, a personal computer. And so like going to the IT, the computer room was like kind of a great privilege in a sense. Um, So some of the work that we had to do with logo, like since we didn't have unlimited access to computers back then. Uh, the teacher would give us would ask us to buy a notebook. So we would first draw the the exercises. Sometimes the teacher would ask us, "Hey, how would you draw a flower or a car or a star or you name it, right?" So you would have to draw that by hand or using like a ruler on the paper, and then you need to translate that image into code and actually write by hand the code. Um, and then when you would come to practice, then you can try your code. That was something that's something great actually. I think a lot of that has been lost. So yeah, as I was saying, I think a lot of that has been lost as we have evolved in technology. Like nowadays, like it's so easy to get access to a computer, to internet, to infinite knowledge and information, and with AI, so like you know how it is, pipe coding and all of that, and and that certainly like pushes away all of that, all of that like really stopping and thinking, how am I going to actually execute this? Like, is this the best way to do it? How do I do this like in the least amount of movements and actions? Um, I didn't understand a lot back then, but obviously this was a great foundation of how to have a programmer mindset. And I feel really I really appreciate learning that way in terms of programming. Um, um, as the class moved on, we started doing other languages. One of the first languages that I learned, that we learned in the class, it was we actually programmed using Pascal, um, a bit of Pascal. We did also C and C++, if I recall correctly. Those were the foundations of me, like learning um, the whole concept about libraries, of importing, and of course the programming logic. It was really good, really good. Um, and so uh, this could be like the official way how I started programming, but also like going through my mind and memories. Uh, I also recall before then other experiences that I've had. Um, one in particular, like my mother enrolled me in a close city. It was actually we actually had to do a little bit of travel for this. There was a private school that was really just starting. It wasn't like established name, kinda. Very humble beginnings, and they would teach you English and also um, computer science. I was very young. I should probably have been probably 10 or 9 when I started doing this, and I don't think it was for a long period, maybe half a year or 1 year. I can't recall that precisely, but this was um, not my first approximation to English because I spent a bit of time of my early childhood trying to translate what the Legend of Zelda was lore was trying to tell me. And back then there was no internet. I had the the book, the dictionary, physical book in my hands, and I would have to like search for every word and sort of try to understand what the game was saying. Um, I spent hours and hours doing that, and sometimes I couldn't like understand the messages, but that was a great way, a great foundation for me for English. Video games, they really pushed my curiosity to really understand. Um, Later, when I entered this school, um, I would go to excel at English. It would be really easy for me, and they would give us like um, some assignments like watch a movie in English, and write the movie, and that was a great way to learn, and sometimes it was fun too. Like in class, there were classes where they would display a movie in English, and like we would bring popcorn and snacks, so it was cool. But on the computer science side, those were really old computers. I'm talking about floppy disk era. And what I learned in that class, it was pretty much directory, the command line, and I think I was doing a lot of that without really fully comprehending a lot of the comments, but as young as my age was, I was already creating folders, directories, moving up and down through directories, renaming files, opening the um, the word editor uh, within the command line, and also, and this is something we get called out for multiple times. Like I don't know why or how, but there was a version of Super Mario Bros. in those computers. It was not the original Mario Bros. It- um, Correction, not Super Mario Bros. Mario Bros. The original. And but this was like a PC version. It was different from the original. It was a bit lame, kinda, and so yeah, like would sometimes run the secret command to execute the game. It was fun times. So with that type of background, it would make sense that when I was in high school, computer science would be my go-to, and also something that I would enjoy and appreciate. Uh, Obviously, I'll be honest. This was like my parents always, uh, my parents encouraged me towards following a career in technology in computers, and and that's what the overall sentiment was back then. Like, yeah, like technology is the future, computers are the future. Like There's going to be lots of money and investment in that area, so that's what you should study. And so did I. So um, I graduated from high school and then moved to second high school. I know it's silly. I think it doesn't translate exactly in between countries and cultures, but in Mexico, after secundaria, there's preparatoria. You join prepa when you are um, like 15 to 16, kinda. So here I continue my pursuit in technology. Here I start learning more more complex programming um, topics and ideas. Um, I start learning about um, Visual Basic. I remember learning about abstraction and other and objects um, and that type of methodology. And it was good overall too. I had uh, I had good teachers who were like very good at teaching their subjects, and there was lots of practice too. It was good, a good experience overall. Um, uh, and then I went to university and I did computer science as well, and and I graduated. So uh, looking back in retrospective, like I think I had a really good education, and I think the public education system in Mexico is good. Not everywhere, of course, but I think I had access to uh, good sources of information and knowledge. But also, I want to mention that and give credit to the other side, the other element of this, like learning on my own, like having interest of my own. Um, like for instance, like as I mentioned, like I do like video games. I've been playing for a young age, which has translated in some skills, of course. Uh, but one in particular, as I was going through high school, it was Age of Empires. Like Age of Empires had just released not far ago, and it was like wow, it was the boom. Like if you were able to play Age of Empires on the PC on the computer room using the LAN network, oh my God, that was like the experience. The experience. That did happen a couple times. We managed to play Age of Empires in school. It was epic. It didn't happen many times, but it did happen. And why do I bring Age of Empires? Well, believe it or not, as impressive as it may be, Age of Empires launched with an editor, which allowed you to create your own scenarios, your own campaigns. And at first, that's not your first go-to. Of course, you go to the the campaigns and single player modes. But the editor, um, it gave you access to pretty much every element of the game, every unit building, and an element of the game: trees, birds, resources, elevation, um, such and such. And what I would do at at that age, I would spend hours and hours trying to figure out how to program a sequence of commands with the units, the buildings, and the places. This is uh, basically how I taught myself what triggers were without even knowing, without internet. For instance, like I would remember creating scenarios in Age of Empires of my own city, of my own town. I would like recreate my hometown. I was born and raised in Puerto Vallarta, and there was this place that we really liked going to eat as family. Um, they would sell something named huaraches. There's not a direct translation for that. Don't even try. But what it is basically, as most of Mexican food is, a corn base, with beans inside, which is then fried on both sides. So it's not bland, but it's also not hard. It's kind of in the middle. And then on top of that, they would add um, like uh, they had different guisados. I don't know if you have a word for that either, but pretty much it's a prepared topping. There were different, yeah, that's the word, topping. There are different toppings that you could use or choose. Like they had chicken toppings and beef, um, mushrooms, all on that with cheese, cilantro, onions, and sour cream, some chili. Oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna stop because that just sounds too delicious. So you get the idea. So this place, the Huaraches stand, I would create a scenario in Age of Empires where I would have units go and do such and such, but then I would create like some sort of plot where the unit would have to go to the Waracha stand, and when the unit became near that building, it would it would action the trigger, and it would do something, either display a message, which usually I did, and also like grant the unit like special stats, right? Like it would like make the unit super strong or replenish its HP, such and such. Uh, looking back in retrospective, it sounds a bit silly, but at the same time, it's really fun memory of mine, and it really translates into foundational programming knowledge. I feel really appreciative of my parents that they were able to afford a personal computer, which we had at home. I did, of course, lots of gaming in that, but I also use that computer a lot for my homework, um, and uh, and learning, of course. Uh, so that's a bit of my early days. As mentioned, this video is not to brag or show off. Like, oh yeah, like I knew all these languages by age such and such. I never approach technology like that. Um, to the date, I have been exposed to a high number of technologies, of programming languages, of methodologies, mindsets, structures, companies. And for me, I've always liked to think that, of course, you can specialize a lot in one type of technology. Uh, Quite frankly, that has never been my case. I've always liked to uh, know a bit of lots of technologies. That way, I've been able uh, to have a career as an engineer, but also enrich my self-learning experience, which is which I consider a fundamental part of my being. Uh, uh, as I was telling some of these stories, I do see clearly that self-taught, self-learner element in me, um, which I think it's one of my best traits, uh, and that has allowed me to do a lot of things besides way past just technology, like teaching myself how to play guitar, um, and building a career in that too. Um, Teaching myself how to edit, how to record, how to um, do some marketing, how to negotiate, how to socialize in really effective levels. I I've Even though I didn't grew up with love for lecture, um, I must say that it was not very. It is not within the Mexican culture to read a lot. It's actually a well-documented fact. I don't have to pretend it's not. Um, so I didn't acquire my taste for lecture until I was older, into my adult life. But I do have to say that after I started reading books, that definitely and critically marked before and after in my life. I was able to learn about any topic that would interest me, and depending on the period of my life that it was, like I would study different things. So so yeah, that's about a little about my humble beginnings. Uh, what else can I tell you? When I was in high school and in no in college, uh, I would again continue to prepare to study, um, and get stronger in technology. I would go to tournaments, to internal tournaments, programming tournaments. I didn't win in those tournaments, to be honest, but there were great experiences. And yeah, um, I I have a lot to talk about my career. And so yeah, as I was saying, like I have so much to tell about my career. I haven't even started with my professional years working in IT. I'm gonna leave that one for the next episode because there's so much to talk. But again, I don't like leaving people hanging, so I'm just gonna give you just a small introduction of my background as a professional. Um, I graduated from college, and before I even graduated, I already landed my first job. Um, I I get to join the Sheraton, the local Sheraton Hotel in Puerto Vallarta, which is historically one of the most important hotels in PB. Uh, I joined them as an internal programmer. Later on, I moved cities to Guadalajara, the capital, the technological capital of Jalisco, and one of the main technological hubs in Mexico and Latin America. Uh, Here I get to work with transnational companies, with startups from the US and California specifically. Um, and I also pursue uh, an freelancer, some freelance projects, and such and such, and later on the remote era as well. Um, it's been a hell of a ride. There's no other way to say it. Sometimes I think back on all this the experience I've had, and I just can't believe some of that, some of the things I've done, some of the people I've worked with, and some of the things I've experienced thanks to my career and because of my career. And I I've come to an age. I'm 37 now, where I find that I need to speak more, to start giving back a lot of what I've learned, a lot of my experience. This was not so. This feeling was not so strong in the past, but as of lately, that's what I've been feeling. Uh, so that's part of the reason I'm doing this podcast, of course. Um, I haven't been in touch with a lot of my colleagues that I've had over the years. Um, so I'm gonna use this recording as a pretext to do so. So if we haven't talked in a bit, um, definitely drop a message, shoot me a message. If you want me to talk about something specific, please do. Um, I'm open to have conversations. I've also open to collaborations. I think like getting some minds together and see what uh, comes out from that. I see great value in that. Um, so I really hope to see more of that in the future. Um, that would be it for me today. I hope you enjoyed listening some of these stories, some of these experiences. I I wish you have a great rest of your day. The weekend is coming soon, so please do have an amazing weekend as well. And stay in touch. Um, I'll be in touch. You can expect to hear a bit more from me. And God bless you all. With love, Christian Nightcirc. Saludos, besos y adiós.